Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Cinema. I am your host, Money Mike, and today we are looking at Clash at the Castle predictions and who I think will win or lose this Saturday in Scotland. And before we begin this video, we are going to go get this out of the way. This has been a new launch week for me, so to speak, a new era for this channel, new name, new graphics. I even had an outro song made by the AI, which you will see come into play in a later video this month. But it's the same wrestling content, so hit that like and subscribe button today and join me this Saturday for a live stream of Clash at the Castle starting at 1:30 Eastern on YouTube. Now, getting right into the premium live event, Bianca and Jade Cargill will be defending their tag team titles, their women tag team titles, against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, kind of a home field advantage for them, and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. And to me, this is pretty easy. Jade and Bianca win, and they're going to win until WWE decides that it's time to push Jade as a single star and give Jade a singles women's championship. Staying with the women here, Bayley defends her women's championship against Piper Niven. Again, home field advantage for Piper here. She's a heel. It's kind of interesting to me that WWE is putting the baby faces in matches like this. You know, you put a baby face like Bayley against Piper Niven, where the fans are going to be kind of favor Piper a little bit here. I know the fans like Bayley, but it's kind of a homecoming for her. So fans are probably going to get behind Piper a little bit, but I fully expect Bayley to win and retain and go on to whoever she faces at Money in the Bank, and then the match with Nia Jax at SummerSlam. Our next match is very, very interesting because one particular superstar does not have a contract, or at least he's close to signing a new deal. He might have a new deal by the time this video airs, and that new deal might include a Intercontinental Championship win this Saturday. It is Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental title against the thorn in his side, Chad Gable. Now, we've been seeing the build-up between Chad and Sami. You know, Otis, he's conflicted. He doesn't know what to do. So he just attacks Sami, even though we kind of get the idea that he knows it's wrong. He knows it's wrong. He shouldn't be listening to Chad Gable. He needs to attack Gable and do the right thing, but he keeps refusing to do so. And is that going to play a factor into Saturday's match, where Otis ultimately costs Sami Zayn the match because he doesn't want to hurt Gable? We saw this at King and Queen in the Ring, where Otis kind of refused to attack Sami, and that ultimately cost Gable the match. And is that going to happen here, or is Otis going to finally just go along with it and help Chad win the Intercontinental Championship? So to me, I think Chad Gable is going to walk away with the Intercontinental Championship because, let's be honest, he's probably going to get a new contract that probably states that he will have an Intercontinental Championship run as a part of this new contract that he may or may not sign before Saturday and before this video airs, or not, because I am taping this on Tuesday, so he may have a new deal by the time this airs. But could we at least have done some kind of fun with this, where he threatens to leave WWE with the Intercontinental Championship Or maybe you can do that on the Raw after Clash of the Castle, where Gable says that he doesn't have a contract and he's going to leave the WWE with the Intercontinental Championship, and maybe we're as fans and as a fan, I'm wishing a little bit too much that maybe Chad takes this over to TNA and we see the Intercontinental Championship being defended on TNA Impact. But we'll see. All I know is if Otis or when Otis turns on Gable and that pop is going to be Sami Zayn hitting Roman Reigns like level of pop. Like literally the way they've been building this up. I mean, Otis versus Gable at WrestleMania next year for the Intercontinental Championship, with Otis winning his first singles title. It's right there in front of them. And now we move on to Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. And please, WWE, do the right thing. Have Drew versus Damian be the main event of this show and not Cody versus AJ. Yes, Cody's the face of the company, but it is in Scotland. Come on, give Drew the main event here. He needs his redemption from Clash of the Castle a couple years ago. And while I've been enjoying this little feud with AJ and Cody, his whole fake retirement, that was great. But I don't see AJ saying I quit. And just as I mentioned with Chad Gable, possibly taking the Intercontinental Championship to TNA. Maybe when AJ Styles says I quit, because I do have Cody Rhodes winning, that he decides, out of anger and frustration of losing, that he says I quit for real, and that we get one more run with AJ Styles in TNA before he calls it a career. And maybe he goes and tries to win the TNA World Championship. Maybe he shows up at Slammiversary. But, as I talked about in Tuesday night's video, what is next for Cody Rhodes and the whole World Championship picture in AEW and WWE? And Cody, to me, what is next for him when it comes to Money in the Bank? I mean, after AJ, are we going to see Roman come back? Is Roman and Cody going to happen at Money in the Bank? So I'm curious to see kind of what is next for Cody after this, because you can't really have AJ get another match with Cody after saying, I quit. So, to me, just like with Cody's feud with Logan Paul and everything, I think I'm just kind of looking at this going, it'll be a great match, but what's next for Cody after AJ? Who's he going to feud with Money in the Bank, and so forth. Before I end my predictions video, Joe Hendry at Clash of the Castle, WWE, make it happen. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship, and this should main event the show. And Drew McIntyre should walk away with the World Heavyweight Championship. And like I said in my video talking about the problem with the booking of Damian Priest, there's too much going on around him. He's playing second and third fiddle to his own faction as the world champion. And I talked about that in that video I just talked about from Tuesday. So to me, I think we're just going to move on to the Judgment Day split. Drew McIntyre wins the world title, and then he can move on to CM Punk or Seth Rollins if he comes back from Money in the Bank. So let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to win at Clash at the Castle on Saturday? And make sure you join me right here at 1:30 Eastern for my live stream of Clash at the Castle I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.
Ringside Cinema, living out the dream. Lights down, time to go. Cheers for heroes we know. Ringside forever bold. Wrestling never gets old.